Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to be taking a look at St. Meghan Markle. With so much going on from the shenanigans in the Colombia trip, I thought this would be a great way to break down some different news stories, kind of talk about everything going on, and to, of course, have some laughs. I'm Jen. Honk honk, everyone. Thanks for being here. I've had so many new people join. I am so appreciative of that a lot of people are still asking, why are you honking? It's because one of Meghan's fans told me I sound like a drunk goose. So I've been honking ever since. So welcome, flockers. Glad you're here. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, so this person, upper underscore charge underscore 4449, points out this is another behind the scenes leaked image to show exactly what's going on and all the empty seats. So as I keep saying, and I'm sorry about being a broken record, I just want to make it clear, I'm not using any of the Archwell images on any of this, and I don't trust any of the images. So again, I put the real image through AI, and this is a representation of what we've got. It's almost the same picture, just with AI differences. So I'm not using their image, but you get the idea here. See all the empty seats? That's what's really going on. And I will go into in just a minute, actually the next story, with all the security detail and convoy that they've been traveling with. I gotta figure it's people in their entourage that are filling these seats and not much else. If you missed the live that I did, I talk about, I read the Daily Mail article that points out not many people are showing up to support these two. I find it very funny, and again, it's their own fault. I don't even feel bad. And this person has a great name, Jen. This is the internet. Yes, Jen, it is the internet. It says there's like 50 people there, and half of them are probably staff. Exactly. They're handlers, they're security. Security, we want privacy. This is this is absolutely a scam funneling money into pockets. This has been planned for a year. Pull the other one. After paleontologist says, I went to a Baltimore high school student film display that had more audience members. Yeah, same. I remember in college sitting in some of those auditoriums that had more seats filled than this. Rex Mayberry points out, just like when Sperry spoke at the UN on Nelson Mandela Day to an incredibly empty room. Yeah, and also I pointed out in Nigeria, so they had it look like all these people were lined up to see them, but then we got to see photos where it was just a thin wall of people that it looked like their handlers had lined up to make them look way more important than they actually were. And then this person points out those are just the drivers from their 15-car brigade in security. To which, let's see, was it Minnie Mom says, the grift that keeps on grifting. Jam scam. Then we have Feisty Energy 107. Man, what a trip. Again, this was something I covered on the live stream. If you missed it, definitely go take a look. But it was about the motorcade that they're traveling with, all the security detail and all of that, just to go to these places and have only a few people show up. Tracy E. points out it's self-indulgence and an ego trip, all for self-importance. It's all a PR trip. But again, the original poster points out, what about the environment? Remember how they like to preach about things and then do the complete opposite? Clearly, the 7 cars in NYC, remember when they traveled a block? Oh, I do. I have a video coming out soon where I refer back to that. Is not enough of a status symbol. They want to go to these dangerous countries so they can effectively have what a true statesperson might get elsewhere. Meghan must be on such a high right now. I thought this was such an interesting point. I assumed they were picking these places to try to get IPP status. I didn't even think about she loves the logistics. Well, not being a part of it, but more just seeing the optics, I guess, of seeing all these cars and all these people around them to make them feel more important. How pathetic can you get? Worth Specialist 1066 says Markle will be, I won't read that. She'll be excited. This is even better than marching in front of Invictus soldiers in her flip-flops. Ugh. When you guys read that and are reminded of it, do you have a reaction like I do where my eyes roll back in my head just out of disgust over that? To which actual underscore fishing 6120 says this: no matter how all this bull makes them look bad, Meg is definitely on narc high. She craves the feeling of being elite / main character. The consequences? Who cares? Definitely not her. I pulled this one to talk about this right here. Find_truth says, this is why Harry said it's too dangerous to go to the UK. Harry's in the most dangerous countries. They're surrounded by armies to protect them. They wouldn't receive that in the UK. All these PR tours are to prove to the UK government and King Paul that they need this type of protection because they are extreme VIPs. The sooner these two are relieved of their phony titles and taken off the line of succession, the better. Also, the more the mainstream media ignores them and their antics, they will run out of cash to keep up the joke. I think we're already there. I just have the sneaking suspicion that they are running through the cash so bad. If you do any basic math on the outfits and the security and everything, and I understand that there are deals on trips like this, but just in general, that math ain't mathin'. It doesn't make sense. That's so much money. So they've got to be hemorrhaging it. I can't make sense of any of it. I almost feel like it's a last-ditch effort to try to be important. Like, this is their last chance, because what else do they have? The parking lots don't work. They're messing this tour up so bad. I said before, and like the very wise commenter said earlier in this video, controlling the media, they're still looking so ridiculous. They're making it to where nobody is going to cover them because we can't use any of the pictures from this one, any of the official pictures. So what is the point of all this? Because the only people that will be able to show it will be like their mouthpiece, People magazine, and they have no credibility. So they've really shot themselves in the foot on this one. Odd_pop5287 asks, but what happens when she gets back to the United States? I get the narc high, but what happens when the parade passes by? I stay away from narcs. What does a narc low look like? I don't think she cares. I think, honestly, it's Harry's problem to deal with. So I bet she's like that all the time. Even on these narc highs, I get it, but I gotta imagine when they go back to their separate hotel rooms, I gotta imagine there's rage about something. Harry, you talked when I was supposed to be talking. Harry, you walked first. I was supposed to be walking first. I gotta figure there's just rage and fury constantly. Let's see. Alternative Fly 7074 says very similarly, which is she's not the one who has to suffer the consequences. So of course she doesn't care. Everyone but her has to pay for the consequences. That's probably why they can't keep staff. So we got Megs and Cringe, great name, says, questions, not security related. Table 12 does not speak Spanish. Why wasn't interpreter assigned? They visit a school. The kids don't want to see them. Rumor true that the kids tricked and told James Rodriguez was the visitor. Did you hear about this? Allegedly, these kids were tricked and told somebody else would be the visitor, and it ended up being Harry and Meghan. Things like, I don't want to read that one, but shrinking body parts due to the way things smell. Then why wear these clothes? Then they go on to elaborate. Nothing wrong with not knowing the language, but if you brag about being fluent in everything, you better be able to back it up. Again, word salad, not a language. Second, what the blank is she doing? Hugging and clinging to kids. That's exactly what I'm saying too. It is so odd. It's like I'll show you that I'm maternal by using other people's kids. It's so weird. Maybe they don't want to be forced. I do think it's a tactic to be safe. But I think it has to do, somebody pointed out so well before, and I've talked about it. They made that announcement around the time that Catherine, Princess of Wales, was getting attacked online by the squad over photoshopping claims, right? And she admitted that it was like a sleeve on a child's shirt, something like that. It was Photoshop. But ever since then, these two announced, you will not see our children. Why is that? Is it because, weird things are going on with them and things might be photoshopped and now you're running scared? That's just my guess. Let's see here. Oh, and then the talk of the supposedly, allegedly, the kids were promised this soccer star, James Rodriguez, but a bait and switch happened and it ended up being Hank and Skank, Harold and Fraud. Can you imagine? That is so mean to do to some kids if that's the case. Lastly, I've seen it firsthand. So have many women who engage in substances. and how it's, I don't really want to go into this. You can use your imagination. If people enjoy the smell of things, how it would change your shape, and how I had a lot of people in the chat kind of saying the same thing. Interesting change of shape and lots of sweating is, could be clues to something, maybe. I had an interesting theory. A lot of people were asking, why does she keep wearing that same dress in different prints? Something hit me like a ton of bricks. She's trying to get us to compare the weight loss. She's trying to show us how much weight she's lost, because it is significant. If you go back and look at her in the gold dress, it would have been, May 2023? Near catastrophic car chase. Gold dress, same dress, just the straps were cut off, it appears. She had a little bit more curves then. And I'm not talking about anybody's body, anything. I'm not into that. But I'm saying in general terms, you can just see that there were more curves there. Those curves are completely gone. And I kept thinking, why would she wear the same dress over and over? Is it like the beige over and over? Maybe. But I actually started thinking, I wonder if she's doing it to show us how much weight she's lost so she could maybe play victim. So that way when she and Has No Balls separate, she could be like, look how thin I got. It was like Diana. Something like that. She loves to play victim. And I think she likes to do things like that. Like underline that she's a victim. And she would by showing same outfit, just, maybe different design or different print on it, but same outfit. So that way we could clearly see, whoa, she's gotten very thin. Then we have Shannon556 who says, if Meghan actually knew how to speak Spanish, you could be sure that we would have already seen the video. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I saw where, I'm rolling my eyes, something like People magazine, it may have been Harper's, but I don't know, one of those said, yeah, she spoke fluent Spanish, but we didn't get to actually see it. They just allude to it. It's kind of the Harry Meghan school of thought. If we just say it, it's true. We don't have to provide any evidence or proof. We're just going to put it out there and you have to believe us. I'm sorry, I don't believe anything they say. Pristine Finger, great name, says, I can sing the words to La Bamba, so I guess I'm fluent in Spanish as well. The more you know. I thought that was pretty great. And then I started singing La Bamba to myself. Guys, that's it for me. I appreciate you all so much. We do have the new Beetlejuice merch out. It still makes me laugh. Merch out, so definitely check that out. As I said in the chat, love the merch. So happy with how it turned out. Thank you, Jay, for that. Dr. Bad Five Speaks. Thank you for that. They do such good quality work. They're very slow to ship. So if you're trying to get this before Halloween, just think about jumping on it sooner than later because they are slow. But a huge thank you to everybody's reaction. You've been wonderful about it. I'm so glad you're so happy with it because I am too. But guys, I'm ending this here. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate you. If you want to further support, you know how to do it. Check out the Patreon. That's where we do bonus episodes, deep dives, all the extra content that we love so much, and it's really a great group over there. We really have a lot of fun, so check that out. And of course, check out the merch, and just thank you for being here. As they do more stuff, I'll be talking about. If they do more things later today, I'll probably have another video up. Just check back lots. And thank you guys for everything. I will be honking at you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.